I mean, it says.
What's up? Anybody in
alive.
here? Anybody listening? Planet Earth to Tigs Bits. Planet Earth to Tigs Bits.
Hello. Come in.
There's been a
Come in.
transmission. I got something in my earpiece. It's Blasey. I love Bubba. I love Bubba. Make sure to talk about Bubba. What's
Bubba,
up, gang? Tigs
What's
Bits
up?
in the house. Yeah, here we are. No Blasey today. You got JR and Tig Nasty himself.
That's right.
This is going to be fun. We were just we should have started rolling like 4 minutes ago. We've been bitching about cutting our grass and the pains of being in your 40s and everything else. So we said, let's just roll it. So here we are. It's Wednesday night, per usual, about 7:05 p.m. And
Is it, did you say Thursday or Wednesday? What night
Wednesday.
is it? It's
Did I say Wednesday?
Isn't it Thursday?
It is Thursday. You're right. We usually do this
It
on
is
Wednesday.
Thursday.
Today is Thursday.
Hey,
Yeah, it shows you
dude.
how busy we've been.
That's a fact, dude. This has been a hell of a week for both of us. I've been on the road traveling. Literally, got home. I don't know, about 2 hours ago. So, 2 hours ago, pull up, JR. The hell with what I said. Pull up. The grass has not changed one lick. It has doubled in size since when I left on Sunday. I had to cut the grass. I can't live. I can't live that way. So
Yep. It
I
gets
cut
out
the
of
grass,
control.
took a shower. Here we are.
Dude, when we lived in Houma, our grass here, we've got real sandy soil here in Gulf Shores, so it doesn't grow as fast. It grows splotchy where I live in my neighborhood. But in Houma, buddy, that grass was thick and dark green, and it would grow so fast and so thick, man. It was outrageous.
Well, we've got rain.
Thank
We
God.
got a bunch of rain last week.
Helping keep the grass cut.
You get some rain, which we've had.
Right.
You get some sun, which is what we've
a
had.
bunch of it.
Kaboom.
Yeah, good dark, rich, delta bottom soil, down there.
That grass was thick today too. I mean, it
I
got
bet.
it was
Good thing
luscious.
it was good and cool. It was cool today at least, right?
Hell no, it wasn't cool, dude. I went through 3 shirts. I would have if I was wearing it, just soaked. Bending over, blowing stuff, picking up the grass clippings and stuff. Boom, 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 just sweat. I was wearing a sweatband too, a headband. Like,
I love it.
I don't care.
I was too, dude. I had on literally like I don't even know it's like shirt sleeves. My wife cut off a shirt to make rags out of. I wear that with my earbuds in and my big farmer hat because I'm trying not, keep the sun off.
That's
and
right.
I'm just zoned. What was I listening to today? Joey Diaz podcast.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
so
I love
ridiculous.
Joey Diaz.
Man,
dude.
it's so funny. I listen to his stuff, man. I swear, I am like a younger Alabama. The stories he has about stuff. I'm like, I can so relate, even though his are New Jersey and up there. But it's like, good Lord, I get it, brother. We're on the same page on a lot of stuff. It's hilarious.
Dude, Joey is
and
awesome.
It sounds outrageous to most people, but you're like, no, this is exactly what happened.
Have you ever listened to his audiobook or just I read his book, but
no.
You want to listen to the audiobook because it's him
I've got to.
reading his book. It's unbelievable.
Okay, it's got to be newer. It must be newer.
I want to think he may have 2 books.
Okay.
And I've only listened to the newest one, and it came out maybe about a year ago or so.
That sounds right.
Something like that.
He complained about his old one, so he made a new one. I remember he said his old one was BS. And this.
That's
and that.
right. Yeah. So he went in and dude, it's really, 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 really good. It is good.
When obviously during the pandemic, when everybody just sank deep into whatever, I was on the podcast stuff, and I had found him a couple years before that, and then I went back and listened to stuff. There's some gold in there. It's hilarious. It's ridiculous, but it's it's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Him and
for
his
sure.
buddy Lee.
Well, look, we got some people in here, man.
Yeah.
We got some people. Paul is
Dude,
in the house.
I said it
What's
earlier, man.
up,
I was
Paul?
thinking, I noticed that everybody's putting I don't know what happened, who announced it's a list week or list day, but damn, if there's a list about everything you could think, 100 best albums, 100 best this, a lot of lists. And today I keep seeing set list rank for like each artist. Their songs in order for their set list, like ranking, I just seen a lot of lists and rankings today, the last day or two. It seems like.
Have you jotted anything down that
You've been
we
too
can
busy
kind
to
of
even
talk
notice.
about? I have been
No.
too busy, dude. I've had no internet access, basically for 3 days. Just very limited. very, very limited.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like I'm totally in the blind. I've been able to watch sports, so I've been able to keep up
Okay.
with the NBA a little bit. I've watched the playoff games. Both of them were awesome. You know, so I've been
I'm in
able
the
to do
same
a little
boat,
bit
really.
of that. But
so we'll I've got my phone right here, so we'll update ourselves
Perfect.
together. We're gonna do a live
Yeah,
update
and chat.
to catch JR and Tiggs back up to
that's right.
society.
Catch us back up because we weren't gonna miss a damn week. Damn it.
No.
We got a streak going. We got to
And
go
we
live.
usually are on it about what's going on around us, but we've all been just slammed. That's why Blasey's not here.
That's why Blasey's not here.
Week,
Blasey isn't going to be here tonight. However, do not rule Blasey out. I did get a text.
Oh, you know
He's
he
like,
can't. Oh,
yeah, you know he can't stand it.
Kidding me? Are you kidding me? Good
he
Lord.
said,
I can't believe he's
hey,
allowing this now.
If you're going in a little early and you want to do a test, I'm trying to see my connectivity if you want to do that.
Oh, wouldn't want to burn
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
my
So
God.
he'll probably be in here
yeah.
at some
Oh,
point.
yeah.
I'm not
Oh,
ruling
yeah.
him out.
No.
I'm not ruling him out. He'll probably
sure.
definitely jump in the chat.
Hey, I've been known to pop in and out. I get it.
Oh yeah,
I
for
get it.
sure. That's what that's the
And
fun
I've never
of it.
tried to do it from my phone, but it would be neat to try to do that at some point. No, one I noticed I guess Apple or Rolling Stone or somebody put the 100 best albums out of the greatest records ever made, curated by artist, industry expert for music fans everywhere. Let me go to this and just see. Discovery Thursday for everyone. 100 best albums. Ensemble with the help of artist experts, modern love letter records to shake the world. Man, see, I'm gonna start off by saying 100 out of all of recorded music that's on albums is gonna be impossible.
That's impossible.
You know what I mean? It's gonna be impossible. I mean, because you're talking about every type of music, every decade. I mean, this is gonna be.
That's impossible. Like that is harder than I think our Christmas brackets that we did at Christmas, which ended up being way wilder of matchups than we ever really thought. And
yeah,
because we didn't really think about this before we did it, we just started going and kaboom.
I did see something, and because like I said, I'm like you. I haven't been in the loop much myself the last few days. I've been slammed. But I did see something someone posted about country music getting snubbed, which. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's so hard. I mean, who are you asking? I mean, depends on where you live. You know what I mean? What the 100 of all? That's like saying pick your favorite song. What's your favorite song? I mean, good Lord. Pick your favorite movie. Pick your favorite anything. I mean, there's like 20 in consideration for any of those top spots. Depends you where at.
I can give you my favorite song. It's Soul to Squeeze by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Has it always been that?
Yes. It's never changed.
Okay. Well, there you
Stayed there. Now 2 through 100.
Right. All right. Well, I'm just gonna rattle off a couple here, starting at the bottom, which is to be 100 would be an honor, obviously, if in anybody's eyes. Body Talk album by Robin, Robyn. Not familiar. I'm sure it's fine. Eagles Hotel California coming in 99.
No, but yes, in the top 100.
98 Astro World, Travis Scott. 97
No.
Rage Against the Machine, self-titled album.
Yes.
I knew you were going to say that. 96 Pure Heroin, Lord.
I don't know who that is. Geez.
95.
So this is going to reveal some things potentially about
Let's keep
us.
it real, America and world,
hell
wherever
yeah.
you're listening and watching from. Let's keep it real here. And I'm not passing judgment. Like I said, if you made this list, I'm sure you're rocking. You know what I'm saying? Who am I? What's it matter what I think? And I don't care. I'm non-biased. I'm just like whatever. I either like stuff or I just don't really listen to it much. You know what I'm saying? I don't really hate anything. I just know stuff's not like I said, I always think music's the soundtrack to your life. It just depends on what's going on around you. I mean, because sometimes I could be listening to some French jazz stuff from the 50s because that's just what kind of little thing I'm doing in life. You know what I mean? Or it could be something. It could be the Drive-By Truckers, or it could be, anything. It could be Disco Rick and the Dogs. It just depends on what. You just never know what. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends.
Exactly.
95 is Confessions by Usher. I always call him Ursher. I don't know why.
Ursher. John Costeca, he says he looked through the list. He didn't see many of them. He didn't know many of them. I got a feeling.
I know if I get to 90 and I ain't seen a John Coltrane or a Miles Davis or a Satchmo or something like along those lines, I'm gonna start worrying.
They're wondering where Blasey is. If you're coming in, Blasey potentially could join us. He may not. I believe he is at a sporting event with his son tonight. So I guess that's a valid excuse. But y'all all know he is itching like hell to get in here. And I want to answer you, Paul, real quick. Are y'all Bob Dylan fans? I can answer that real quick for me. No, I am not. I am a fan of his songs. I think he's a great songwriter. His singing, no, hell no. Right. I don't like listening to him, but I do like a lot of songs that he has written. Right. And then Iggy says that Blasey's having dinner with Blitz and Anna.
Oh yeah, on the PayPal account.
Dude, JR.
I like Dylan. Dylan's just like anything else. Just sometimes some of it just depends. It's not my top anything, but I like
this. We're all over the place, and I want to get back to this list. But before it leaves my minuscule little mind here, today on the Bubba Show, and you don't know this, I'm going to send you this afterwards. But they had the after show. And this dude who I don't know, but I know the Bubba Army folks are in here. And I think that this is probably going to be something we will be breaking down a little bit next week once we have our full crew for our Bubba show.
God, but let's drop some Bubba exclusives without Blasey here.
Yeah, we're going to
lose his mind.
Oh, I think it could potentially bring him in. This is why I'm doing this.
Gosh,
but this guy named Hootie called in. They did a call-in show, post-show. And I think the Bubba Army needs to have your take on this because you are in the music industry. You are in the know. Yep. This guy claimed that his girlfriend is Carrie Underwood. And basically what we've come, I mean, it didn't take long to figure this out. But homeboy's being catfished. And even Bubba came out from shipping out cologne and helping the merch crick to jump on the air to be like, listen, buddy, listen, we're trying to be your friend. This went on for like 30 minutes, dude, 25, 30 minutes. One of the most insane things I've heard in a long time, just on the radio, but it's on YouTube. Wow. Anyhow, you don't know about this yet, but I wanted to just kind of, I knew that it might stir the chat up a little bit.
Can we watch it? Can you pull it up and we watch it? No, we can't do that here.
Yeah, I probably could, but it's too long. We're going. I think that we probably will do some of that though for our Bubba show next week. I don't know. It's just just thinking out of the box.
But I'll tell you,
they say he's certifiable. There is no doubt. I mean, I wish you could hear this,
dude. I'm telling you, if you look into that, that's such a big thing. Look up Dr. Phil catfished Post Malone. There's a lady that gave her entire Social Security number, everything she's ever say. I mean, and people cannot convince these people think they are dating these celebrities. It is absolutely absurd. And you see it on social media all the time. People claiming to be somebody. There's people reaching out on behalf of people I know all the time, claiming to be a representative of somebody's thing, wanting to sign up for something, do something on the side. It's so shady. I can't believe anybody'd fall for it, but so many people do. It's sad and it's awful. I mean, I wish there was a way they could shut all that down from a different route, but it never ends. But there's some wild ones on there, especially that Dr. Phil, that lady Post Malone, and several of those. I'll tell you another one that happens in our world is a little behind the curtain deal. We were talking about it the other day. Forever there was this guy claiming to be Latrell Sprewell. I don't know if you ever heard me talk about that.
No.
So in our world, every now and then people get in and try to get contact, get meet and greets, or get stuff through management companies or promoters and things, and they'll go with the channel of there's somebody famous or a relative of somebody famous. Like we had one that was the son of Tommy Chong. How random is that? then Latrell Sprewell was the biggest one ever, and actually I'm in a big group chat with about 137 other tour managers, all based out of Nashville.
Oh my Lord! I bet that chat gets interesting. Oh yeah, and so out of us, I mean, a good percentage had been approached by this fake Latrell Sprewell for years. I mean, I talked about this on the Justin Moore podcast years ago because veteran tour managers were getting asking, and I brought it to the attention. And then everybody started talking about it. It was like, wait a minute, everybody's trying to get. So finally, Marco went and met the real Latrell Sprewell and told him all about it and the whole deal. It's confirmed. Obviously we knew it wasn't, because I heard Robert Horry on his podcast say that
somebody was trying to get in touch with them to tell Rob to get in touch with Latrell Sprewell, and Robert Ory's like, Latrell's got my number, I got his. He ain't got to try to get at me. That's weird. And I thought, there it is. He's this fake entity person, but not a computer fake something on there. Somebody actually doing the work got to that big. Isn't that crazy?
Dude, it's insane. It's insane. This, I think, is not quite as deep. This guy's just a moron.
Right.
But watch this. Are you able to hear that?
No.
Can you hear that? Are you able to hear that, JR?
No.
Okay. Let me see what's up with that.
It's all good.
It may not play. I don't know.
But there was, and there's, I saw a thing today, and people selling information, selling stuff and information. So that stuff's just crazy, man. It ruins a good time. That's what's gonna happen. All this hoo-ha is gonna ruin everybody's good time. That's what happens when you can't have fun and play nice. You don't get to play.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's what's going to happen.
All right, let's see. This should work.
Use the time that she was on the show
hear that?
to kind of loop me into it, and they use it to legitimize. So
this is just I think I'm just searching around. I'm not 100%. This is when we need a producer in the background to be. This is when we need our Jamie. This is when we need our Lummy or our Jamie with Joe Rogan. I'm not sure exactly where in this, but this is just Bubba has finally come in to try to talk a little bit of sense into this dude. And it goes downhill.
Her, like these people are really, really sophisticated. They'll use every little ounce of information they get to validate what they're swinging. And I just want Hootie to be quiet for a second and listen to 4 people that are genuinely his friend. And if he was dating Carrie Underwood, we would be the first motherfuckers that would be like, hell yeah, Hootie. But Hootie, you don't ever. Are you there, Hootie?
Here we go. This is perfect. We're coming in at the best part.
And Colton, I'm going to be leaving here in a minute, so I don't want to spend too much of your time.
Yeah, he needs to listen.
Hootie?
Hello?
Hootie?
Hello?
You're on the air.
Hootie, it's Hootie, stop.
Jesus.
Hootie, just stop.
I got call.
Okay, Hootie, listen to me. I'm only gonna be like 2 or 3 more minutes. Then I'm gonna give it back over to Colton. But we just want to tell you this, okay? We feel as friends that you're getting catfished in kind of a Janessa Brazil kind of deal, and unless you are having physical contact with Carrie Underwood, or you've seen her, or you FaceTime her, or you do something other than talk on the phone to her. Hold on. I'm not done. I'm not.
Talk on Signal or WhatsApp.
I'm not.
I can't be on Facebook.
Okay.
She's on my Facebook account. She sees.
Hootie.
She's actually on my Facebook account.
Hootie, just give me one more. Just give me 30.
I want to see everything.
Give me 30. Give me 30.
How about it?
Give me 30 more seconds, and then it's all you, okay, bud?
Can I have the cream machine back?
No. You've done
$5,000.
No, you've done so much damage to that thing. I don't know that I'll ever be able to get it.
Oh, that thing was. What?
So anyway, listen to me.
Back to you in better shape. I coasted it into the studio smoking.
Oh, jeez.
I mean,
Hootie, will you just listen to Bubba? He came in here from Packing the Alpha. Will you listen to him, please?
I know.
Hootie.
Merch, he's got merch doing it. He gave it to
Hootie, Colton,
he can do it.
Rhett, Lummy, myself, Merch Crick, who's watching this in the green room. We all think and know the very same thing, that you're being catfish scammed.
Carrie's watching this right now, Bubba. I sent her the link as soon as I saw the dumbass thumbnail. I said, we got a problem.
Yeah, tell the Nigerian we said hello.
Trying to work things out with,
Jesus.
Her situation. And
Hootie, I would love to. Hootie, I'm gonna tell you something. I would love nothing more than to be wrong. We would all love to be wrong about this and be like, Next thing you know, Hootie's rolling up with Carrie Underwood. That's really your girl. But Hootie, she's married. She's happily married. She's, there's millions and millions.
Not happily married.
Okay.
I was happily married until you kept saying you want to blast my wife on air. Then you kept saying I'd like to blast
not,
your wife.
Hootie.
That didn't work out good for me.
You're literally you're deflecting.
Here's the thing, Hootie.
You could have a threesome with her and Erica. To be honest with you, I could care less.
Yeah, you're deflecting.
What?
You don't send Amazon gift cards to Carrie Underwood because her chauffeur does not want to.
I want. I'll send her my underwear with a fucking Amazon check mark on it.
Hootie, here's the deal.
I'll send her
Here's the deal. I'm getting ready. I
don't give a fuck
I'm getting ready to go back out and pack and chip. But Hootie, God bless you, my friend. You're so fucked up. I don't know if you're drunk again. I don't know what the fuck your deal is, but you're absolutely getting fucked over. You're getting catfished. You're going to be made to look like a fool, and all of your friends who care about you are trying to step in and do an intervention and fucking help you and get you the help that you need. And it starts with thinking. All right, good talking to you, Hootie. Because you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. The official show position is fuck you. You're oblivious. You know what? You are fucking absolutely oblivious. Because there's a guy in this fucking room right now. If Rhett fucking told me that he was dating Nicki Minaj, but he can't talk to her, he can't talk to her.
He can't see her.
He'd be hot as fuck on the deal, but he can't see her. He can't talk to her, and he has to send her a goddamn gift card.
I saw Rebecca at Gold Club. She said to tell you hi. I saw Becca at Gold Club one time.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it pretty much kind of goes on from there.
Pitiful,
you know, I mean,
poor thing.
Yeah,
Pitiful. Bless his little old heart.
that's the easiest way to say it, dude.
I
think this one we'll probably have to, when we drop this on our old podcast, this is going to have to go with that explicit label.
Or you just cut it out if we talk about other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, dude. Who cares? I don't care.
And I don't want to go all the way down the list because it's redundant. I mean, we're just going to be, it's going to be ridiculous. We can.
I want to say let's hit the middle of that list. Like, let's see, number 50 to 45. Yeah, the chat. All right, that one took over. I knew it would.
I saw a Steely Dan album in there. Asia's 73. That's what I'll do. I'll just the ones that.
What pops
NWA,
out at you?
Straight Outta Compton 70. Master of Puppets, Metallica 69. Smiths, De La Soul, Erykah Badu, Jimi Hendrix, Tupac. Sade, Arctic Monkeys, Oasis, D'Angelo, The Cure, Rihanna, John Coltrane, 54. Okay. Add some credibility to this
Finally.
list.
Yeah,
right. I mean, the Stones, Exile on Main Street. Okay, here we go. Here's instantly, this is crazy. So they got Exile on Main Street at 53 and Appetite for Destruction at 52. So,
I mean,
I know that'll get.
They're both in it.
And then U2's ahead of them, so that's gonna get me some heat. But I'm just telling you this.
Oh no!
Beastie Boys, Drake.
It worked. It worked, Handler.
Yeah.
It worked. Blossy, the one-man posse.
There he
with
is.
A what's up, fellas?
Hey, there's Outkast, Aquemini 41. I can't be mad at that.
Hell no.
That's one of my favorite records of all time.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Wu-Tang Clan, 37. I mean, that's the Clash.
Well, I mean,
there.
that's in it.
Notorious Big. Yeah, but I mean,
what's the top? Top five.
There, I haven't seen any country in here, which is, I mean, you just can't have.
I think that's what Paul said earlier. I think he said that there was no country artist. So how the hell do you?
Miles Davis, Kind of Blue is 25. I can't be mad at that at all.
No.
Daft Punk, Bowie, Bruce Springsteen. I mean, I love all. I mean, it's a bunch of solid records, no doubt. I mean, but Taylor Swift at 18, Marvin Gaye at 17, Joni Mitchell, Adele, Bob Dylan, Jay-Z at 13, Radiohead 12, Rumors, Fleetwood Mac at 11. See?
But that's a hell of an album, though. I mean, I could see where people would put that in the top 20. It's all subjective.
Yeah,
anyhow,
that's what I'm saying. Beyonce, Lemonade at 10, Nirvana, Nevermind at 9, Amy Whitehouse, Back to Black at number 8. Kendrick Lamar, number 7. Stevie Wonder, number 6, Key of Life. Frank Ocean, number 5. Prince, Purple Rain, number 4. Beatles, Abbey Road, number 3. Michael Jackson, Thriller, number 2. And Lauryn Hill, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is the number 1 album of all time.
What?
On Apple Music, 100 best albums
of all time.
All time.
I mean, it's a great album. I'm not, but I don't know if I put. I don't even put that in my top 100. But I can see where some would for sure.
Yeah, that's what it's.
Bubba Fan 69 says Far Beyond Driven by Pantera's on the list. Is Pantera on that list? Because they damn well should be.
Cowboys from Hell, no, none of that's on.
Cowboys from Hell, yeah.
That's my favorite.
Far Beyond Driven is also my favorite Pantera album.
There wasn't no ZZ Top. You know what I mean? There's Tejas, Tres Hombres, Rio Grande Mud.
I mean,
none of that's on
what
there.
about Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, Merle Haggard,
Hank Williams Sr.,
Chris Christopherson? If you want to throw in that kind of list, was a fluff list. I'm surprised that Chris didn't make it.
I didn't see a Louis Armstrong. I didn't see a Louis Armstrong.
No Louis.
And Louis Armstrong is the biggest musical influence we've ever had that was born in the United States of America, and he's just not on the list, so it's just not right. It's wrong.
Which one do you disagree with, Rainey? Rainey disagrees. Which one? Skinnerd. No, Skinnerd. Was it? You saw no Skinnerd. Yeah. Southern rock, probably a little too highbrow or lowbrow.
No Charlie Daniels.
Them.
You know, it's just, come on now. It's too, but like I said that story. I'm not mad at the list. How you make a list? It's impossible. You can't just have something that broad.
And that's what kind of makes it fun. You know, Paul loves Bob Dylan, and that's okay. I know people who I don't dislike. I could live with a couple of songs, but I really don't like him for the most part. But I do love. He's written some amazing songs. You know.
Yep. There's times. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I go through phases where I like all kinds of stuff. You know, there's. Lucinda Williams, somebody, or Robert Earl Keen, somebody with a unique voice. You know, it just depends. You know, when and where. Same with Dylan.
Was Nirvana on that list anywhere?
Yeah, Nevermind was 9.
Okay, well, I mean, I figured it had to be.
But then see, you know, it's like that's generational.
I don't put that. Was there any Elvis had to be on there somewhere? Huh?
I didn't see it. You know, but
what?
That's what I'm saying. It was, you know. There's a lot. When it comes to great records, I mean, there's so many.
I mean, Johnny Cash, Folsom Prison Blues. You have to like country music or don't. I mean, that's a top 100 album of all time for what it did for other artists. I mean, Metallica played at that same prison and a couple other bands. You know,
right? Oh yeah. Johnny Cash, San Quentin got to.
He played there twice, didn't he? Do two shows there?
He's done a couple of those. And Merle Haggard's done them too. You know, David Allan Coe's played some prison. The prison thing was a thing for a while. I don't know if they don't think they do. I think Jelly Roll's actually done it recently. I don't know. I don't know about recording and doing a big production like that, but back in the day it was different. You know. Wild.
Jelly Roll is white hot right now, dude. I mean, it's like everywhere. Everything he touches, but I don't think Bubba's too big on Jelly Roll, apparently.
I was looking, what was that? Something I was going to talk. I meant to mention to you guys earlier that we were talking about earlier today. One thing that was random talk today, and I text you guys, "Touch of Grey" by the Grateful Dead. I always liked the way that song sounded, but it just more recently it has really hit home. That song, you know, the Dead has grown on me. I was never a huge Dead fan, but the Dead has grown on me at a certain age and a certain mentality. You know, that's Touch of Grey makes a lot of sense right now.
It makes a whole lot of sense. And I know a lot of Deadheads, like that's there. I'm a 311 guy, and like when 311 plays Amber, that's like the bathroom break time.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's a great. I love the song. I love the song.
So it's usually like somebody's bigger song that was commercial was the one that somebody doesn't want to. You've already heard it too much. The super fans are going to want something deeper. There he is.
That answers your question, Rainey. There he is. We knew. We can't hear you, but we can see you. No,
Oh,
can't hear you.
He's flustered. Production's not up to par.
Production. Now you're muted. Nope. Can't hear you, brother.
Oh.
Now we can hear you.
All right, I
There
had
you
this
go.
little. I was trying to do this microphone thing, but I guess it did not like it. No, man, we're here. All right, so here's the deal. We're in the second inning. We're losing 4-1. We got runners on base. Dude, the lights are not coming on. They can't get the lights on. They're on the timer apparently. So they just had to call like an intermission and take everybody to the dugout. So it gave me an opportunity to come talk to y'all for a second. But yeah, we got a championship
you
game
go.
here, man. South Walton, but we don't have lights, and nobody knows how to
Well,
turn
you
them
better
on.
go get in your cars,
See
get
if
them in the
Bowser-
outfield.
We'll see if Bowser can get his people to beam y'all some power down from one of their satellite.
Oh,
Dude, so
Bowser, come on in.
Come in here,
Hey,
Bowser.
Blasey. Hey, while we're all together, I don't want to forget this. Let me mention this. We were talking about this amongst ourselves. The Joe Rogan episode with Terrance Howard. Blasey, look. Don't use your eyes. Use your other senses and make the light. You don't need lights because color is sound and matter is color. And you just think of it that way, Blasey.
I
The
just got to
lights will come
unfold
on.
this thing, don't I? I just got to
Unfold
unfold
it.
this
You
thing.
got to
Get
go
this thing to
do the
work itself out.
opposites.
'Cause
Yeah,
my
I mean,
fourth sense
everything's
is,
electricity, Blasey.
There's
Yeah,
a
I mean-
formula for that.
That's right. I've got all my other senses are telling me this can't happen, but I just need to use. I need to tell them it can, right? And just
Or you need
get
to,
everything rolling.
take a nap, tap into your dreams, then go ask somebody
Go to
how
the
to fix
palace.
these lights.
Let me go over to the palace and see what's
figure
shaking.
figure out how to get these lights on, and then wake back up because you're in control.
Hey, speaking of a dream, this is funny that this came on this week. Yeah, we got a minute, and then I'll let y'all get back to y'all's deal. But dude, the other morning I'd been up since like 4 doing a bunch of crap, and then I was listening to Bubba on my phone, but then I laid back down around 7 or somewhere in there, and I had the phone just kind of playing. I was laying in the bed, and I was dozing off. Look at there. Lights are coming on.
yeah.
What we did.
We have
Call
lights.
Bubba.
Look at there.
Say
Speaking of
Bubba's
dreams,
name 3 times and the lights come on.
That's it. That's it. But then I'm laying there and I hear Bubba going on this thing about Lummy giving him a raise, and it's actually real. But I was in a blended like a hybrid situation. I was actually in the studio, and he called me into the meeting too. And I'm sitting there as he's talking and telling this. I'm sitting at the desk with him, and we're all sitting at a conference table, and he's giving Lummy this raise. And I remember I woke up clapping, just giving like a round of applause. And I was like, oh, that was so trippy, dude. I felt like I was there. So I went to the palace. I went to the Bubba Palace, though,
Wow.
Yeah, you did. And look,
crazy.
it just held. It made lights turn on. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Blasey, before we let you go, you missed this, but it's just too good with that whole Hootie deal. So we played a little bit, just Bubba kind of trying to bring him in, reel him in, and then losing his damn mind. So we played that. I just happened to land perfectly on it. But everybody's wanting to know our thoughts. Give us your quick thoughts, but I've kind of told everybody I have a feeling we're going to break this down a little bit more next week.
We will. We will.
It's just too good, and Handler doesn't know about it yet, so we're kind of but it's too good to not share with all of the Bubba Army
we got to get into
folks.
that. We got to dig into that a little bit later on. We'll have to dive into it for sure. That's some crazy stuff, though, dude. But at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know. Carrie Underwood in a super chat told me that they are actually a couple. Now, I paid her $99 for the super chat for her to tell me that, and JR gave me the link.
Right.
All right. Hey, I got to get back in this game.
All right.
Have fun.
Andrew,
Go
I'll
get
see
them.
you this weekend, I think.
All right, come on, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, see y'all.
Awesome.
All right,
See you, dude. I knew we could count on him. I knew we could always count on Blasey, the one-man posse to show up.
Yeah,
It was too good. He sent me that. He said, while I was driving today, and I stopped, and he's like, you need to listen to this hour of this post show. It just, trust me, you're gonna. It gets go forward to about the 30-minute mark, and it just goes off the rails. I'm like, well, okay. I mean, you sold.
Yeah.
I'll do that. It's all I've been doing is driving and listening to stuff, listening to a lot of podcasts. Let's get into that here in a second with some of these Joe Rogan ones. But yeah, so jumped into that, and it's crazy. It's one of the craziest things that I've heard in a while, and that guy truly, like, it wasn't a bit. Like, he believes this, and that's I hope that guy gets the help. I hope that hope he gets the help that he needs, honestly.
Dude, that happens.
He needs some help.
That happens more than we even know. It's so crazy, the level of scams that actually go down. That's what I was talking about earlier. And once we get off, just YouTube real quick, the clip of Dr. Phil Post Malone catfish. That this poor lady, and she's in her 60s and gives these people every dollar she's ever saved. Her kids are trying to tell her, "You're not dating Post Malone," and this lady is convinced. I'm telling you, it's insane. There's several of those.
But I mean, Bubba kind of goes into, they talk about that. It's men our age and a little and younger that seem to be, they're the ones that get catfished into thinking that these women or older women. Exactly. Yeah. Those ladies that are in their 70s and 80s, widows.
And see, it kills me now. They have TV shows explaining and showing you exactly how this is going on. There's all these shows on Vice and different ones where they go bust these scams. They take it to the nuts and bolts of where it is, and they track it down and tell you exactly how what you're getting happen to you is happening, and people still get scammed. It almost happened to me a couple years ago with a thing through a PayPal deal. Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
I had to unplug my router, the whole thing. I was like, wait a minute, this is not right. Wait a minute. Crazy.
Dude, it's just wild. I mean, it's just
like I was
wild.
saying about even for shows, people lying and trying, and they'll and you know what the saddest part is? They will use like handicapped children or something like that as their angle too.
Yeah,
we want to get these meet and greets because we've got we're working with these kids for this group or something, and then that's their angle to try to BS. Bubba Army in the house.
Yeah, Bubba Fan says he's been calling into the show for 4 years. And,
okay. That's what my question was. He didn't ever work there or anything. He's just a fan.
No, he's just a fan. He's just a caller. But apparently, he's also done this with Tom Brady.
Oh Lord,
Clayton and somebody else. I don't remember.
See, that's why we need hospital. We need some help. We need help for these people.
He
in our
needs
country.
to maybe like
down
us.
With dope and up with
he
hope.
likes to send people gift cards and stuff. Hell, I'll take them. Send them on. We need Blasey needs a new laptop. Hootie, get him a new laptop.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, help the show. We'll help you.
See you, John. Thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate you, John Costeca, the man.
No doubt, the man.
Yeah, man. So Blasey mentioned he mentioned some shows this week, and we were kind of talking a little bit. You've got tell us. What's happening this weekend?
I've got today's Thursday. Record tomorrow. I've got to be in Goshen, Mississippi, down on the coast between Biloxi and Pascagoula. There's a new amphitheater there, the Sound Amphitheater. It just opened. It's I think I don't know how many shows. This is their first series of shows they're doing this summer right now.
How many people will that amphitheater hold? Is it like a 10,000 seater?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. I think it's like a 7,500, 8,500.
That's awesome because that sucker's closer to me than the Wharf.
Yeah.
So
it's a good
that's going to be my closest one.
I can't remember. That's something I should know. Thanks for calling me out. But
7,500 to 10,000. I bet.
I don't know exactly, but it's a full-size amphitheater like that, though. It's us, and I mean, I think I know Isbell, the 400 unit, are playing there. Several, it's a good-size amphitheater down there. It's new, though, because it's in Goshen. There's not a whole lot there, but I always thought that was a great idea, and somebody can take this idea and run with it, and you just throw me a small finder's fee, but I always said that somewhere down, like in Louisiana as well, on these long stretches of interstate.
They're supposed to be building an amphitheater, kind of like in Metairie, on the lakefront, and it's going to be one of those lakefront kind of amphitheater deals. I don't know where it's at, but they have talked about it.
When you go places, most of the time the stuff's in the town, in the downtown, and that's the hardest place to get to, the roughest usually. I mean, it's just and most people live out that travel to these towns. Well, if you put it somewhere else, they're just going to travel to there. So instead of having to put it in the downtown because you're drawing off the downtown crowd, just put it somewhere out in between two big cities, and everyone will go there because you're going to drive anyway. Just make sure you got somewhere that's got hotels.
It'd be perfect in Metairie. I mean, not just it would be perfect for people in Baton Rouge. It's perfect for people in New Orleans. Yeah, it's kind of out. The only place like amphitheater type, it's air quotes on amphitheater, is there in Champion Square in front of the Superdome, and they turn that, and it sounds good there and stuff. I've seen they have acts there.
Yeah, we've played there.
I figured you had. Yeah.
But
I want a true amphitheater. Right. Especially looking out over Lake Pontchartrain or something. It has the potential to be really cool, like the amphitheater that they have in Chicago. I've never been there, but I've seen pictures and Panic plays there and stuff. And just looks like a cool place.
Yeah, and that would work anywhere. And I said that like even down in South Louisiana, along those big stretches,
Yep.
in Arkansas, Mississippi, well they got one in Brandon, Mississippi, which is south of Jackson.
Yeah, I've been
Nice
to the one in
amphitheater.
Brandon. I've seen Panic in Brandon. It's nice. It's a
I
nice
think that's what
amphitheater.
I think that's kind of going to be what the sound is. So I'm looking forward to doing this one. But that's tomorrow night. Then Saturday we've got to go up to actually outside of Brookhaven in Monticello, Mississippi. There's a festival, country festival going on there in Mississippi. So we're going to drive up and do
Okay.
that. Then over to Denham Springs Sunday, which is outside Baton Rouge. We're doing the
Yeah.
Cajun Country Festival there, and supposed to be a bunch of food trucks there for that. So I'm excited about that.
Hell yeah.
And then I'm probably gonna go to Mississippi for a day or two, visit my grandmother, and then back home, and then turn around and leave next week for. I think we're going out west next week, like Napa, California, and Gardnerville, Nevada. So I'm on the road
Riley and
here.
I we may have to come see you Sunday.
Come on,
Yeah.
you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. How far is that from you?
About 15 minutes.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
20 maybe with
Yes.
traffic. I don't know exactly where they're doing it at, but yeah, it's not far.
I can tell you exactly where it's at. Anybody out there wants to, if you're in the range, come see
Yeah.
us. It is at the North Park Recreational Center. It's going to be in the field. It's going to be in like where the ball fields are.
Okay, I know where that's at. Awesome.
North Park Recreational Center.
Yeah. Sweet. Hell yeah, dude. Sunday,
Yep.
that'll be good. Who all's on that bill?
Let's
Is it
see.
the same little tour all
No.
3 nights or just different
no,
acts?
It's different.
I mean,
These are 3 different. The
Okay.
first one is just our show at the Sound. That's just like a
Just
one-off there.
I got
a regular
you.
show, and then which actually it'll be cool because we got Tyler Braden opening the show. He is a great singer. He's from South Alabama. He was on The Voice, and then Chris Cagle, Texas Wild Man.
yeah.
Chris Cagle, direct support, and then us Friday. Not sure what Saturday is. I think Saturday is a lot of several regional acts, and then Sunday near you will be Thomas Kane Band. Ben Ragsdale, Thomas Kane, Lane Hardy, Joe Nichols, and then us.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, that
So,
makes
yeah.
sense with Lane Hardy because he's from around there. Awesome.
Is that okay?
American Idol winner. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Makes sense.
Yeah, we'll go rub elbows with him and tell him we need to get him on the show.
Well, no, you come. I'll get you. Y'all show up. I'll get you.
I'll come
passes.
rub
You tell him
elbows with
yourself.
him. There you-
Yeah,
okay.
There you go. I'll stick you on him.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Hey, you'll have Riley with you. He's a cute kid. Everybody, I'll give you accent. Everybody will be cool. As long as that's why when I had Murph with me that time, I'm like,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
everybody's nice to me if Murph's around.
Yeah.
You know.
I hope Riley may be watching this right now. So, get ready, boy. Looks like we're going to go Sunday and go do this. It sounds like fun. I think
Yeah,
the
we go on
weather's
at
going to
9.
be good.
We go
too.
on at 9:30. Yeah, it looked like it. I hope so. I'm going to be
You go on at
driving myself,
9:30
too. Sunday
that night, Sunday
Yeah.
night. Oh, well, perfect. It'll be dark and it won't be so dadgum hot.
Yeah, let's see what time. Lane goes on at 6. Joe at 7:30. But sun should be going down by then anyway, so it'll start being all
Jay,
right.
Rainey's asking who is we, us, JR. JR is the tour manager for country act Justin Moore, top tier country act Justin Moore. And so he's his tour manager. He's his handler. That's where he got the moniker, the handler. So,
story.
that's kind of what we're talking about. So, yeah, hell yeah. Justin puts on a great show, and I've never seen him. So yeah, I mean, that's going to be, that'll
yeah,
be
we got to
fun.
make it happen. Yeah, I know this.
Yeah.
And I had a friend who went to this last year and did some stuff with him. I think Travis Tritt was the Sunday headliner last year, so we're doing the same spot Travis had last year. So hopefully
Okay,
we can-
yeah, I think he was.
that should be pretty fitting. Justin's kind of that Southern rock country type thing.
Oh,
and
yeah, it's gonna
if
be
anybody
great.
that doesn't know, yeah, I'm tour manager for Justin Moore, country singer, one of my best friends. Been with him like 10 years. I've been in the business like 20 years. Yeah, I got the name handler way before that, but that's what I do. I just take care of whatever. I'm kind of in between on all that stuff, making sure logistics and the show rolls on. I've been doing that for a long time, and got to do 3 in a row this weekend close to home, which is usually not the case.
That doesn't,
now,
I was going to say this doesn't
No.
happen very often.
normally I
does it?
fly to Nashville or to wherever the first show. Say we're starting the run in, I don't know, Denver, Baltimore, anywhere. I show up there Sounds like a fun job. Yeah, some days are better than others. That's what I always tell about this job. Anybody's job's all right sometimes, but some days are better than others. Just never know, But it is. I'm blessed for sure, and it's cool. Something I'm glad I got it because I don't know what the heck else I was doing. I kept flip flopping my major in college enough. Finally, I ran into Wayne Mills, and he said, "Hey, you can go on the road." I'm like, "Thank God, something I can wrap my head around."
Yeah, and y'all, everybody that's listening to this or listening later on, you can go back. One of the first episode that JR was on with us was last year, and it's just JR the Handler. So you can look on our YouTube or on our podcast, on anywhere. While I'm saying this, hello, hit that like button, share this, like
go.
it, make sure
Cha-ching.
subscribe if you haven't, all that stuff. And if you're listening to this later on in a podcast or watching on Rumble or whatever, make sure you like it. Leave us a review on the podcast. I've been seeing a tick up in numbers, JR. Like we're getting a lot more listeners just on our show. I know we're getting a ton of listeners with Bubba and being on that platform, and that's where a lot of folks are coming over too. But it's starting to bleed over into our stuff too, and our off stuff's getting picked up. So leave a review. Those things help to get it in front of more people, and we just want to keep growing this thing. But
and share the shorts that Tigs makes. Share all those things, the reels,
get ready,
the clips.
everybody, because a lot of content is about to start dropping starting next week. It's good, and it's gonna get better. It's gonna be fun, and the more you guys are on with our team, the more it'll be your show too. Let us know what's up. We'll have you on. We'll talk to you. We'll answer questions. All that stuff. We want to make it a big old fun thing, whatever everybody else wants to do, kind of deal. Yeah, we want to eventually have a night where we go live and do this and have some of y'all. We'll share the link somehow or another, and you can jump in and we'll chat with y'all. Kind of like Bubba does sometimes, just like a sports show does sometimes.
I know. Well, and I thought about something else. We're making. I know something we need to get out there and some suggestions. Who would people like to have on the show? What kind of person would you like to have on the show? We've had all kinds of guests. We've had sports people and culinary people and fishing people, and anything you could think of, we've had on the show. It seems like already. But if anybody just wants
wrestlers,
that's what
Marty Smith,
all kinds of stuff. And I've had some ideas, but somebody throw somebody out. Obviously, somebody huge and ridiculous probably not going to happen.
We're probably not going to be able to get Brad Pitt or
who are we just talking about?
Donald Trump. Probably won't be able to get him.
But we might could get, I don't know,
Kid
Bubba
Rock,
the Love Sponge, or Kid Rock. Who knows? You never know. Or just let us know what type you want to know. You want an athlete, a musician, an entrepreneur.
Yeah, because that's a great
just
question.
Throw something out there.
Yeah, we would like to know. We want to
you
know
want
kind of what y'all like
singer,
to hear too.
Just whatever, anything. What would be interesting to hear? Because I find that's why I love Joe Rogan's podcast, and I just do, and I can't keep up. We were talking about it a minute ago. The Terrance Howard episode is absolutely
dude.
Intriguing.
That's the most mind blowing. I'm not gonna lie, JR. Like 90% of that just.
Dude, I text
right
more.
Over my head.
I text more at about the 17-minute mark, and I said, "Hey, buddy, you want your mind blown? Try to keep up with this for about 15 minutes." I said, "I can't even," and I'm usually pretty. I can at least decipher what's going on. Usually, not if I really understand it. I'm at least aware of what they're talking about, somewhat. But he got gone quick from me there, and I'm just like, I can't catch back up. I'm just trying to grasp and see if there's something I can key on to remember where to listen again.
I think I've got it because I was listening to it while I was driving. I've got to go back and watch it. Like you can watch it on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I was listening
because there were
to it
some of the
driving
things
also.
that he was talking about. I think it probably would have made a little more sense if I could have seen it. But guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, go to Joe Rogan. I think it was last week or earlier this week.
Yeah.
Terrance Howard, the actor, he was in Iron Man. He's been in several things. He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He's kind of been labeled as a kook in a sense, and he explains he makes his case. Now I'm gonna be honest, he talks a lot. Like he doesn't shut the hell up for a long time, and that kind of.
He's like Jesse the Body Ventura meets Ben Carson, or Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, he liked himself. There's no doubt about that. He's very proud of the patents that he has. I mean, these are just my kind of raw takeaways.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
he keeps telling, he's like, what other actor do you know that has a patent? Like, okay, but that doesn't mean that you're the most credible person to say everything we've ever known in our life is a lie.
Oh, yeah. He's either a little cuckoo or he's super, super intelligent.
He's on another level of. I mean, but it kind of. The thing is that it took me listening to that whole 3.5 hours. It was like the last 30 minutes, some of it started clicking with me.
Yeah.
Like it finally kind of started to make sense of what he was trying to explain a little bit. And basically the bottom line is that gravity is real, but it's a byproduct of electricity. That was kind of, that's it in the gist. Yeah. And he explained how all of that is, and then why there are straight lines and where the straight lines and the different angles come from, and
the space in between, and
and
if you have eight, then the space in between.
I mean, just wild.
It started off on the beginning. Anybody listens, within 20 minutes, you'll get most of what we're saying here.
Yeah,
when he says that his child, he taught his child light from inside the womb, and then he, as a young child, could tap into his dreams and live inside his dreams and do things in his dreams like he was conscious in his dreams, and information.
He remembered being birthed. He remembered being in the womb,
and he remembers looking down on himself before and things like he remembers himself before him. You have to listen to it.
Yeah. Rainey, she says, I'm avoiding. It sounds like it might kill my eye. No,
it's
do it tomorrow
trippy.
Afternoon.
I think it's trippy.
No, I think it's going. You're going to lock in.
Yeah,
it starts off. It's like bam,
right
out the gate.
Yeah, there's no hey, how's everybody doing? Yeah, within the first 3 minutes, it's no more like hey, how you been? It's straight to.
I remember being birthed.
Yeah,
like,
so
whoa,
you think so? You
and away we go.
And the part about the five senses, and only using sight, and the way that, I mean, just, and the equations and stuff to whip all this stuff out. But then, like the quotes when he's quoting these famous.
We're talking Terrance Howard or Hootie.
Yeah, right.
Hey, yeah.
Better change the subject before we get the lines blurred there. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
Correct.
But it was, that was a good one. Then you sent me the other one, the Graham Hancock and the other guy. Was that the one where they were halfway bickering at each other a little bit?
Oh yeah, they bickered a lot.
I listened to that one. That's about a month ago, maybe.
It was about a month ago, but I hadn't heard it. It's like 4 hours. That one's
interesting
long,
though.
4.5 hours. I once again 95%. I didn't know what in the hell they were talking about, but another one that I think it's better to watch because they had pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, after what were you going to say after they finished that?
Oh, I've just said they argue after they get over them arguing and bickering at the beginning because Joe has to tell them quit bickering. Come on,
yeah, he does.
Kind of ruining the show for a minute.
It did, and but they kind of brought it back in, and it on the second half of it, it was a lot more respectful, I found. But I think in the winner of that, if you want to, I mean, nobody wins because we don't really have any answers of what they were trying to get to. But I think that Flint Dibble was the guy, Flint Dibble and Graham Hancock. I think that Flint actually made more compelling arguments through that 4 hours with actual facts of things. And Graham Hancock just basically was trying to defend himself, and he didn't have to, but was just more going after Flint the whole time, trying to tell, you belittled me and this kind of stuff. It was nuts. It was nuts. Fontaine says Hancock is wild. He is wild. I mean, I enjoy his stuff. I like his theories. Some of it makes sense. Ultimately, all he's trying to say is that hunters and gatherers were influenced by ancient civilizations that taught them how to eventually start to make crops.
Right.
In a sense, that's kind of all that he's trying to say, but they don't have evidence of these ancient civilizations, but yet Graham has his things, and that's what it was just two nerds hashing it out for 4
That's
hours.
exactly what it was.
That's what it was.
You got to be into that kind of stuff to want to live. But that's
Yeah.
what this whole subject was. We were talking about who we wanted to have on here. I'm kind of like that too. I like stuff all over the place.
Yeah.
It's fine. And if I don't, I can just change something else. What I always say. You know?
Rainey says it's self-made. They're the most interesting, and the fun is to find a regular guy and find the jewel. That's kind of what we do. I mean, that's really that's our guest that we've been doing, and y'all go back and check out some of these shows that we've been doing for the last year. We've had a lot of guests on pretty much all that we did last year. If it wasn't just the three of us, which were probably 8 or 10 shows. Every other show we had a guest or something on. We've had some good ones. So we're going to keep that. That's going to continue, obviously. But we've turned our podcast, if you will, kind of into this live show, which is fun. I kind of like it because then it's building more of a community anyhow with everybody and interacting and all that stuff. But yeah, dude, those were two of the wildest episodes of Rogan that I've listened to, but that's how much I was traveling this week I could listen to 8 hours of Rogan.
Right. And I wasn't expecting the Terrance Howard go that route at all. I had
no
idea.
I
thought they
wasn't
were talking
not
about
at
movies
all.
and stuff, and then
And
boom, I'm like, whoa, I have to readjust my thinking.
Only reason I watched is I saw a clip. Rogan he doesn't always put little short clips out like on his Instagram and stuff.
Yeah.
But he dropped a clip and he was like, "This one is mind-blowing. You need to listen to it," kind of deal. I was like, Terrance Howard, isn't that actor from why the hell would this why? I mean, and well, I get it now.
Oh man, what is this? Is this old?
What you looking for? What you looking at?
Oh, this is footage shows people fleeing during the shooting of Auburn running back Brian Battie. Oh man, that's sad.
What is this? Something live and breaking?
And that's what I don't know. I don't know how old that is. 7 hours ago. I don't know when that was. That's what I was going to look through and just see if there was anything. Hey, we talked about this. What about the golfer that drove through the barricade and got roughed up and had to go to jail that morning before he went and played?
Oh yeah, Scotty Scheffler, dude, that was
Scheffler. How about that?
What a misunderstanding. It's apparently the cop in that deal. But they've suspended him or they're disciplining him somehow or another. It sounds as if they're going to drop all the charges. That's the rumor anyhow, which is what should happen. But the cop didn't turn on his body cam. There's no body cam. And then a video has come out, and you could see he just kind of went around. He didn't like run in fast or anything. He just was going very slow, and then
they freaked out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
sure.
what. Having a bad day, whatever. You know, it's just an incident on both parts. But homeboy needs to be disciplined for sure. I don't know if he needs to be fired unless he has some kind of track record of this.
Right.
But if he does, then he needs to be canned. But Scotty Scheffler, from all accounts, from basically every human being on Earth that has ever been around him, like, he's just a good dude. He's got mild-mannered, get straight and narrow. You know, he's just a good guy, and he's not a rule breaker kind of dude, you know. So it was a little. Well, it was weird.
Yeah,
power hungry crop. No
next
doubt.
One I see just scrolling through, Antonio Brown puts bankruptcy themed CT ESPN merch on sale amid news he owes 8 creditors close to $3 million. Antonio Brown bankruptcy.
He'll probably sell it too. Is what's insane. He'll probably sell that merch. You're going to start seeing him. He's going to have to start making. Hey, Antonio, we'd love to have you on Tigs Bits. That would be wild. That would be wild. But we'll get your message out. You could use the Bubba Army right now. You really could.
Absolutely.
I don't know. You and Hootie and everybody else, I don't know if we want this. But Antonio Brown, come on Tigs Bits. We'd love to have you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure Bubba would love to chop it up with you. Hey, what's up with these Bubba Jordan shoes?
Yeah, so those things, I don't know a whole lot beyond. I just started seeing them, but yeah, they're dope. Bubba Army, Air Bubbas. They're Air Bubbas. That kind of goes back to what we were talking about on the show. The thing is it's all running together. It could be on the show that's coming out tomorrow. I can't remember. That's the problem. But we talked about when Bubba was doing wrestling stuff. And that Blasey and I had been watching him do some wrestling stuff, and I think that was the one when we talked to Seth But after that's when the Air Bubba stuff started coming out, and then they've all been wearing them and getting them. And then Bubba also has a cologne now, Bubba Alpha.
Oh God. Hey, merch
Yeah.
is where it's at though. That's smart. Why not?
Hell yeah! I mean, Merch Crick has been having to ship stuff out. I think they've sold like 500 bottles of cologne. I have no idea what it costs or anything, but people seem to be liking it. I'd like to have some.
Yeah,
I want
no
some
doubt.
air. I want when they have
some
Air
Bubbles. That's what I was getting at.
I think that was a limited
Air
edition,
Bubbles?
but from what I understand, they are going to have some others coming out. So I definitely want round 2. I want the Air Bubba 2s for damn sure. And y'all didn't think I was Bubba Army. I'm getting in. I've been brought into the cult. I have been baptized
Kool-Aid.
into the Bubba Army. I am drinking the Kool-Aid. Which is
Kool-Aid,
fun,
ayahuasca,
that'd be
psilocybin
great.
cocktail.
The
So
cologne
that
is
might
sold
be
out. Damn it.
if this show gets big enough and we get enough listeners to this show, we're going to South America and doing an ayahuasca adventure deal and get our heads readjusted. That'll be
Can
our
we
50th.
film that though? Because that's the thing. I don't think
Yeah.
it needs to be filmed. And I want somebody. I want to watch. I'm sure it's out there. I haven't seen it. I'm totally in on that.
Oh yeah.
I think it sounds like it would. We'd have to get our mind in the right place to do that and free yourself from everything, because it sounds like it could be a bit of torture for a little bit, and
Yeah.
then like you just
Total clarity.
total clarity. I'm
Yeah.
totally down to do it. I'd love to.
Yeah, we're gonna need to after all the stress of how big the show's gonna get. See, that's why they go hand in hand. It'll be just right.
It's
The
exactly
timing will be
right.
perfect.
And then it helps you to just kind of glide through and
then imagine how good the
navigate.
content will be after that. After we use all the money we store up to use on ayahuasca.
Maybe
trip.
we maybe we
My
need to
wife's
do
gonna
this like
strangle
in
me
June.
when we get off here.
Yeah, exactly.
Need to do this in June. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, real quick,
No, I kid. But hey, I'm not saying I wouldn't if it was all the on the up and up. As we get older, if it because you see this the technology and the studies that are going to come along with all the thinking outside the box stuff and getting back to some. I'm one of those guys where I'm like in the middle. I don't think we should go totally modern or totally old school. Let's use the best of everything. How about we pick whatever works best? Let's use that method, not just because one sells this one or one sells that one. We got to pick. Let's get one of each, whichever one works best for what.
it
So
just makes sense to do that.
It makes total
It
sense. So
just
if they can,
makes sense.
if they can figure out stuff as it goes along, I'm down to. But I'm not going to be the first person to try it.
No.
either. You know what I
No.
mean? So,
Christian, what is up, man? Christian used to have a rock band. Speaking of bands,
Nice.
and yeah, he's moved on, but I'm sure he's still that dude can sing, dude.
love it.
Unbelievable. So I know he's still singing. He told me, I talked to him a little while back, and he said that he still was. So that's awesome. Blummel's defense lawyer is in the house, which welcome, and thanks for coming by. We're kind of getting close to wrapping this up a little bit. We look, we don't have Blasey in here tonight. Surprised and not surprised. We talked to little Bubba.
No.
It was like throwing out a little bait. You knew it
Oh,
was
yeah.
going to bring
Oh,
him
yeah.
in. You knew it would, and it did. And then we brought the lights. So
That's it.
another monumental
He had to
night
chip
for
in,
Tigs
so
Bits
he had to-
Live.
Yeah, he had to bring us on so we can make sure to channel all of our energy to get those lights back on.
That's right.
I was grounded. I had my feet, no shoes on the ground, so I grounded to help channel through this with the power of
Yeah.
Terrance Howard and light and color and carbon. Half and half.
Made it all in carbon.
Times 2 million.
Exactly. But we have it in the title, so we need to talk a little bit about it. The NBA playoffs. Have you been watching?
Oh, wow. Yes,
Have you
man.
been
Great
watching?
game
Yep.
so far. Man, seems like Pacers had a chance to get one and didn't.
Yeah.
That was tough.
And then Minnesota, the same thing. Had a
Yep.
chance to get one last night, and then they didn't. Dallas took
I was
that one.
surprised.
think they're
I was
gonna be
surprised
good.
Denver got bounced. I was
I
surprised
was
Denver didn't
too.
bounce
I
back.
was too. I mean, I really like the way that Minnesota's been playing. They're
Man,
just,
yes.
of course, Naz Reid, LSU guy, yeah. But it's not just him; it's everybody. Carl Towns Anthony, and Ant. I mean, these guys are.
They've got
they're
I love
just
their.
unreal.
I love their. People say Rudy Gobert, but I love having two bigs. I like having bigs. I'm old school basketball. I like bigs. I don't like a bunch of just swing players, and undersized guys. I mean, it works sometimes because like Pistons with Ben Wallace, but they also had Rasheed Wallace next door too.
True.
But the Gobert. Cat matchup in the paint I love because that's two big bigs that can go, and you can sit one if you need to if one of them gets in trouble. And then Ant-Man, who saw that coming? And a Georgia product, but I'm happy he plays the right way, man. I love his game. Boston is a complete team. That's going on that end, and Dallas is the same. Dallas is a complete complete team up top to bottom, and they've got Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, two top 15 players probably at least, top 10 maybe even both of them, and then
for sure
on the other side, Pacers giving up to Boston. Boston's complete top to bottom as well, but Pacers, Halliburton, and I mean they came off a.
They can do it, but I mean, I think Boston's going to win that series. I don't think that, I don't think it'll go 7 games, but I do think Minnesota-Dallas is going to go 7 games.
And who you think will win? What's your prediction?
I think Minnesota wins in 7, but I mean, I could see the Mavs doing it too. And I think whoever wins that wins the whole thing. I think the winner of the West will run over the East. Our boys at Operation Pigmentation also agree with that. Which, if you haven't listened to last week's show of theirs with the crackhead, was one of the wildest things I've ever heard. Have you heard that?
So I saw some clips.
It's wild. But then this show I listened to. I guess it dropped yesterday. I listened to their show today too. Right. Fantastic. That's kind of like the going camping thing for me. I kind of grew up out in the woods, so I don't really go to the woods. I don't really want to. I've talked to crackheads. I don't really have to listen to crackheads. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. So, exactly. Who do you think? What are your thoughts on Minnesota? Who do you think?
Man, that's tough, man. They're all 4 good teams. I could see a young Pacers, if they got hot right, taking Celtics, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Celtics will stay strong in the East. I think it'll be a deep series. Either Ant's on a mission or Kyrie and Luka need to, while they're the right age and their primes with the right team, go ahead and get one for themselves. So I'm probably going to lean towards the experience of Luka and Kyrie to get one. And then I don't know. It's going to be a battle. I don't think either one has a real advantage. Because you've got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown versus, you know what I mean? You got two top 15s on each team.
Yeah. I mean, I would like for both series to go 7 games and then the championship series to go 7 games. I'd like to have it'd be 6, 12. I'd like to have another 19
Yeah, we'll make a
games
prediction next week on the championship when we know better, because it'll be silly to make one now. Hey, and also, too, what you're talking about fighting earlier, who won the fight. How about Tyson Fury not winning the fight the other night?
I didn't see it. I completely missed this. Somehow he lost.
He got shuttered in the 9th, man.
Damn.
Standing
I did
count,
not know
the whole
this.
thing. Bounced back, went the distance, lost in a split decision. So the title is unified as Usyk is the champ. Huh. But they're setting – I mean, I'm not saying he could have won. I think that's what happened. They wouldn't have just beat the crap at each other for 12 rounds. But there'll be a rematch for a bunch more money. It'll even be even bigger for the rematch.
Oh, well, yeah. And
you know it.
Hopefully, and Fury will win that one, and then there will be a third. But boxing needs it, dude.
Yeah,
like
I love it.
Didn't –
I've
always loved boxing, and it's just kind of
well. It was until when Klitschko, after Lennox Lewis, Klitschko brothers had the title forever, and nobody could beat them, and they were over in Europe, and it just wasn't a sexy sport for a while. And then when Fury dropped Klitschko, and I think that's how it went down. And then you got some.
That's right.
Then you started having the other. Then you got the Dante and all that stuff, and it started getting interesting in the heavies again with some action. For a while, I mean, it goes in spans, because UFC, the rise of UFC, before that, and then you had the Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather eras, and all them guys. Before that, you had the Sugar Ray eras. Before that, you had the heavyweights with Muhammad Ali and Rocky Marciano and Joe Louis, and I mean, it just goes through different waves of what's going on, and UFC being a whole new thing, because before UFC that was an underground sport fought in foreign countries,
right?
It was blood sport. Yeah, exactly. It was like Kumite, that whole stuff.
Exactly.
Frank Dukes, Big Trouble in Little Chinatown is one of my all-time favorites.
No doubt. The
Pork Chop Express.
Look,
all right, let's take this old Pork Chop Express to the house. I cooked two turkey tenderloins. Breast tenderloins on the Traeger tonight, and I think we used some Hefe seasoning.
Nice.
On those.
You know what we did this whole show and didn't even get into this? I had a barbecue showdown in Lockhart, Texas this week. I went to Lockhart, Texas, and we're not getting into this right now. We're gonna have to save it.
God.
But
we gotta go.
I had Terry Blacks versus the original 92-year-old Blacks in Lockhart.
Really?
Two of the primos. Bought brisket at both of them, went toe-to-toe. In fact, I had a little bit of the sausage still that I brought back because Riley wanted to try that beef sausage that you can only get in Central Texas.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be videos and stuff coming from that, folks. It was unbelievable. I won is what happened that night.
Who won?
I won.
Tiggy won. I love it.
All right.
Buddy.
We'll see you guys.
Soon. Thank you, everybody out there. Yeah, make sure to go back, look at the old stuff. Spread the love. Tell everybody about the show. JRThehandler.com, TigsBits.com. Y'all check us out. Click, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll be back soon.
See y'all.